Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very different, very lower scale, production value version of what is a Marvel Contest of Champions news. Now, I haven't really I haven't recorded at all really since arriving here. I'm here in Center Parcs. I have been recognized by a member of the community. That's my Snomia, I think it is. So hello to you, and hope you're having a lovely time here because the weather is beautiful. There's lots of wildlife. We've seen so many deer. We had a deer outside our lodge, which if you follow on Twitter, you would have seen that video, and that's so cool. But as per usual, we take a little bit of time away, and everything goes not to pot, not bad, but like the landscape has changed. So the spring cleaning event, which at the point of this video being released, which I want to say it's Monday, I'm recording this on Sunday. Do bear in mind a lot of the content that I've put out will be pre-recorded stuff that has been produced at the studio, and then here is the case. This is the bog standard kind of version, not the ideal version, but we move on nevertheless. And the spring cleaning event will be over in a matter of hours, so hopefully you've picked up something. On the plus side, there has been something available for those that are free to play, which is good. Kabam added something a little bit more, and players were able to grab a little bit more. The more that you look over this stuff, the more you kind of look like, right, that's the current meta change of the game, and Kabam have to reward against, say, where the game has progressed. The same way that you go back in 2015 and go, hey, 4-star shards for free. Yeah, that's now not seen as something as being too great. But, depending on where you are, your progression level, what you require to and acquire at the same time to make evolution in the game is kind of important. So, of course, you've got to get yourself 5-stars and 6-star shards for those that progress further with the game. But that does put us into a situation. Now, I'll probably put over somewhere, either it's going to be up there or up there, where it's just going to be some screenshots of things that may be part of the topic. So the first thing to really mention about this particular event is the addition of Tier 5 and Tier 6 basics, and as well Tier 3 alpha. Two things that we're progressing. We're in rank 4 6-star territory. And again, these are one of these situations of it's debatable whether or not these should be put into the game. Is it too soon? Some have said that it is, and for others, not so much. Do we feel that this should have been part of some rewards package that's in 7.2? Should 7.2 have been released prior, and those rewards, so free-to-play players got this opportunity to grab? That is a strong topic of debate, because essentially what we're saying is for this whole situation, it's been for a whale's benefit to grab some of this stuff, and a whale would make further advancement more than it would be from a free-to-play angle. But at the same token, I would just stress that games need free-to-play players, and they need those that spend. That's always the same thing. You need people to give numbers to this game and many other games, and as well you need people spending money. For example, Marvel Battle Lines, great game. But at the same time, it was predominantly a lot of free-to-play players played it, and the people that spent wasn't enough to cover things like developer costs and as well developer time and value. So the studio behind it decided to close it. The same way you could put a comparison and say, right, if Marvel Realm of Champions didn't make any money, then Kabam would close it down effectively. That's just going to give you an example if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about. So I don't want to kind of continue on talking too much about this. I will also probably do a video from the home studio, which is arena predictions and anything that needs to be touched upon, because at the point of recording this video, arena results have not come through. A lot of people will be interested in the Mega Red and as well Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I'll do that in a separate video. I think that's really the topic point. You're a matter of hours away from the event endings to spring cleaning. Some things to really note and pay attention to is that we are now less than 3 months, coming into 2 months away from July 4th deals, and that could be issuing in a very different landscape for rewards. The deals themselves. So for lots of players, they may want to get themselves those if they are in the unit deals, and I would strongly hope Kabam would consider putting them in the unit deals for July 4th, that people that are Thronebreaker, that are free to play, could get an opportunity to grab Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha respectively. That is only fair. But do bear in mind, this company may want to put in something that's more, again, beneficial to those that are well out and they'll spend money. I think I did some calculations, and that you could actually get from a lower spend, and if you want to spend your doubloons just to get those particular deals, if you are spending, you get the $48.99 deal and the $28.99 deal respectively. It will give you, if you grind out the arena and your freebies, it will give you 353,700. I'll try and put this in the description, but that will give you the opportunity to grab you the special deal, which I am slightly considering doing. I'm kind of on the fence whether or not I'm interested in buying, especially because I don't know, I'm just not really at a place where I'm with the game where I want to spend an excessive amount of money, and doing my unit daily deal, that kind of $4.99 a month, and as well the Summoner Sigil, which at times I don't buy. I'm still at the point of like spending more. The early access bundle for Odin was kind of a rarity, and I still don't know if I'll ever go back to kind of doing those particular things as regularly as I used to, because what did I get from it? 2 5 stars effectively from that from the compensation, and the first time round still not getting any 6 stars. So is it something that I care about? Yes, the odds have been changed. Yes, the drop rates are buffed, but hey, I'm not seeing it. What do I have to do in order to get the good luck nowadays? But it is what it is. It was what it was, and I've got to be honest, I don't care. There's things that kind of like I do not care about. Well, I say that, I just mentioned it, but yeah, it would be nice. I think it's one of these things where going, it would be nice, but should I overly care about the fact that crystals don't spin the way? I mean, crystals haven't been spinning my way for a long time, but there are little glimpses when you get that cosmic ghost rider 6-star, and I'm there like maybe feel quite good about that. Either way, it does come out a bit of a sore point, I think, for free-to-play players, and the point of going, look, is this too soon for this particular thing? I don't think there's anything else really that's been going on with community stuff at the moment. I'm just looking through the forums. Again, there's not really much. A lot of players still looking at the spring cleaning, especially with how much spending. And yeah, there's bits of value. One player saying that could spend $50 and get a 6-star Nexus and 2 6-star basic crystals. Interesting, and again, it's up to you whether or not you want to spend upwards of $50 for any particular deals. But it does boil down to that. Is this too soon before July 4th? July 4th, 2020 was the spectacular weekend, or spectacular event, and that meant for some really good stuff. And Kabam were better with what they gave for Cavalier and Cavalier in general, because that was prior to any release of Thronebreaker deals. So could they introduce something like that? It's a gamble. If you don't want to spend now, and there are some good stuff, and there are some people that are pointing out some other times where these deals have been indeed better. And I think it was Thanksgiving. There was a Thanksgiving deal or something back a little while ago, which gave some really decent value for about a $30 spend. However, though, again, it's the same thing. Waiting around for July 4th deals is kind of like the ultimate gamble if you are a spender. If you're not, then July 4th for a free-to-play player needs to tick the boxes. And those that are Thronebreaker and free-to-play will largely look at this and go, hey, we need to see, as I said, we need to see Tier 6 basics of a certain amount of fragments, and as well we need to see Tier 3 alpha now that Kabam has set that barrier, that meta for what should be seen in paying deals, and also and what we'd expect to see in things like new content, because that's going to be the next jump up. And that's where things like, if they look at variants, like variants at a point we're going like, it's rewarding, it's the meta, and some Thronebreaker players are still looking at it going like, well, it's not as hard, but at the same time we'll start needing those rewards, because then there'll be this elevation of going, right, well, now the kind of divide between those whales or kind of like paying players are very much winning, so they are very much that pay to win type narrative, and the people that have Thronebreaker and free to play are kind of a lot lower. It's like creating the divide, and it's like it's really dividing up the gap, and especially as of, say, this weekend, the gap is widening and will become more wider when we get to certain points. And then it's going to be a case of like, Kabam have got to introduce map 8 or buff the map 7 rewards to fit that narrative of where players are at or what they can get for free. They also need to put it into free-to-play type content, and especially when it comes to Act 7.2, Act 7.3, and Act 7.4 as they go down that particular route. And any new content that comes in, a replacement type of Legends event, which will be the next step up, and how this really shakes up the current meta of rewards. There's a lot to this, and a lot where this takes the game from an evolution standpoint. So yeah, that's really my thoughts on it. There's a lot of work that I think Kabam need to do to kind of, when they put out stuff like this, it is very much kind of like, it's quite shocking, because then we kind of go like, right, well, back when tier 5 basics were coming into the game and we were seeing those 565s of champions, then it's a case, it starts entering into a little snippet, goes into the glory store. I can't remember if it was 900 fragments originally went into the glory store, but definitely this starts a big movement of change where Kabam will need to, in certain points of the next foreseeable year, find out how they trickle in those little bits of fragments, whether or not it's tier 3 alpha fragments or it's tier 6 basic fragments, how that goes into things like glory store content, including alliance-based content grind, and so much more. So this does open up a massive problem that needs to be solved. Not a ridiculous problem, but a problem in the case that how Kabam tick boxes for players, because that's what we've got to do. They've got to start ticking boxes for players at different places in the game. But this has been a little bit of a deep dive. Sorry, it's not that proper Marvel Contest of Champions news show. That will be something I'll drop. Wednesday's edition will probably be spot on with like how it's normally, and that I will put out a video later on today that goes over the arena results. But that'll be it, and it will probably be a later on today, and that will just be it. Arena results, you know, it'll just be like a special thing, and then yeah, Wednesday as normal. I've got a lot of content to post still, including more crystal openings and as well guides. And yeah, come on by to some live streams. But yeah, business as normal very, very soon. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good one, whatever you're doing. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Bye-bye.